Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to some good old, the Game Awards. Gonna do some predictions and tell you guys some of my hopes for the good old Game Awards, which is on December 10th. Very excited for it. I'm probably gonna watch it live. I don't know if I will do a reaction live stream or video or anything like that, but because if there's any of the people that I watch that are going to be watching it live, then I will probably watch them. Specifically, if King Athalion is, then I will be watching him, and it's going to be fun and great and all that good stuff. I know round 2 is going on right now, which I haven't voted in yet, which I'll probably do after this video. But yeah, we're going to look at all the different areas and all that fun stuff, and who I think will win, and also who I hope will win the specific category. So let's go down onto it for Game of the Year. Look at this. Okay, so Game of the Year up is Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing New Horizons, and The Last of Us Part 2. So we'll go back to the start. I was actually a tester for a little bit on Doom Eternal. Super fun game. Really enjoyed it. It's an awesome game. I haven't beat it yet, though. I need to do that. But I did play enough of it to know how good of a game it is. It's fantastic. Music is great. Gameplay's fun. Multiplayer was fun. And just all around, good game. I mean, except for Game of the Year. And then Final Fantasy VII Remake, again, played that. I'd never really played any of the original Final Fantasies. I have seen Final Fantasy VI be played through with a buddy of mine. I watched him play the entire game. It was quite the journey. And I played like an hour or two of Final Fantasy 15, which I now have the Royal Edition of, thanks to the PS Plus collection on my PS5, so I should play it. And I do own the original Final Fantasy 7 and 8 on my PS4, and still haven't played them. Need to do that. I have a huge backlog of games. But I did play the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Fantastic game. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. Music was good. Combat was awesome. Story was great. Graphics, of course, were great. It was a pretty awesome game, and of course, up for Game of the Year, and deservingly so. Then there's Ghost of Tsushima, which honestly, you guys will probably tell who I want to win Game of the Year when I start talking about this game. Because I want Ghost of Tsushima to win Game of the Year. I think it deserves it 100%. It is probably one of the best games I've ever played. Not just this year. It's definitely the best game I played this year, but of all time. It's a fantastic game. It is visually stunning. The music is good. The history and how, true to stuff they were, according to even people in Japan, was top notch. The gameplay is awesome. The story is pretty good. But overall, it's a great game. And then they came out with Legends, and Legends is so fun, which is their online stuff. But just the story alone, just the open worldness and the using animals to find things, they lead you to stuff like the birds and the foxes, and the wind guiding you is awesome. It's just, it's a fantastic game. The swordplay, combat, the combat is so good. Even the ghost stuff, like doing the assassinations and the sneaking around and stuff. I'm not a big onto sneaking and stuff. Assassin's Creed, I like doing the sneaking in that, and I love doing the sneaking in this. But sometimes I don't like it when it forces me to do it, which there's just a couple times it makes you do it in this game. Obviously it's called Ghost of Tsushima. Of course, you're gonna do some, stealthy things. But man, this is probably, I don't really know, because there are so many games that I just love. It's at least in my top 10, probably more likely in my top 5 games of all time. I love this game. I did not play Hades. I have watched gameplay on Hades. It looks like a super fun game. Characters are great. Story seems great. Seems like a really good game. Obviously it's up for Game of the Year, and I think deservingly so. I'm sure there's a lot of people who want it to win, and if it does, great. That's cool. I honestly think, I said I hope Ghost of Tsushima wins. I also think Ghost of Tsushima will win, and this isn't just from me loving the game so much. I just know so many people who love this game, and yeah, I think it'll win Game of the Year, even though it's a PlayStation exclusive. It'll be a little bit. harder for it, but it's probably going to happen, which I just realized right now Final Fantasy VII Remake is also a timed PlayStation exclusive. It's not out on anything else yet, but it will be on the Xbox and PC, I think in 2021. I don't remember what Hades is on. Is that PC and Switch, maybe? I think so. Doom Eternal is, of course, on everything. Then there's Animal Crossing New Horizons, a Switch exclusive. It's probably got a pretty good chance of getting Game of the Year. I have not played this game. I have never played an Animal Crossing game, but I've watched a lot of streams, or rather listened to streams while I play games, like KAWC Speedy when he was playing it. I've watched some videos, just enjoyed it as like a background noise thing, like a podcast or something of the people I enjoy watching, whether it be a live stream or YouTube video. And it seems like it does seem like a fun game. It'd probably be my game of choice if I were going to introduce myself to Animal Crossing, just from gameplay I've seen. I think it looks like it'd be a super chill, fun game to play. And I eventually hope to play it. And it's probably got a pretty good chance of Game of the Year, or at least some other awards. All of these games that are up here for Game of the Year are probably going to at least get some awards, maybe not Game of the Year. We'll probably get some other ones. And then there's Last of Us 2. I love the first Last of Us. Fantastic game. I've heard good and bad about Last of Us 2. A lot of stuff is story-related things. Mainly story-related things, but also, then there's the other crazy stuff. I don't even want to get into how people react to certain stuff in the game. But I've also heard some people who, I don't know, apparently it's a rage-inducing game. And apparently it's all story stuff, so I don't know if that would make it not get Game of the Year. There are some story things that I've had spoiled for me that I'm like, okay, the super fan of certain characters in the game in me wants it, I don't want it to be Game of the Year for like two reasons. I'm not going to say what ones. One of them is probably pretty obvious, but I don't want to accidentally spoil anything. Like, I had things spoiled for me. And they were accidental spoilers, and it wasn't anyone I knew. It was just heard it randomly, kind of. I actually don't remember how it was spoiled, but I know it was spoiled in some way. Quite a few things. Not everything. I don't know the full story of the game, but I know enough to have it on my Christmas list. Like, maybe one of my family members will buy it for me, and then I'll play it. But yeah, I haven't played it, so I can't say exactly what it's going to get. Award-wise and stuff like that. I honestly don't think it'll get Game of the Year just because of so many things that I heard that were, so many people saying they didn't like it. So that's why I don't think it'll get Game of the Year. I also heard a lot of people liking it. I did hear a lot of, man, this game is fantastic. And of course, for whatever reason, the PlayStation, diehard fans who play Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us 2, there's a bunch of people fighting over whether Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us 2 is better. I love the first Last of Us, and I think playing Last of Us 2 would not change my mind that Ghost of Tsushima is still one of my favorite games of all time. And I've played the first one, which the first one's, and I've heard more good about the first Last of Us than I have the second one. So yeah, and the first Last of Us is not even in my top 10 favorite games of all time. It's a great game, don't get me wrong, but my hope is that Ghost of Tsushima will win. I think it will win, because I heard too much bad about The Last of Us 2, and even if it's just story stuff, still, there's just so much bad. Now, PlayStation people who are big fans of PlayStation arguing over PlayStation exclusive games and which one's better, kind of dumb, in my opinion. Almost as stupid as console wars in all reality, because who cares? I get everything. I have Nintendo. I play some on PC. I have my Xbox on my PlayStation. And I love exclusives from all three. It's just how it goes, So I'm going to click on View Categories, and we'll see everything. Let's do Best Game Direction. Hopefully it loads a little bit faster, because I don't want this video to be super long. I've already talked a lot. So Best Game Direction. Order for Outstanding Creative Vision and Innovation in Game Direction and Design. Okay, so, and there's Half-Life Alyx I have not played. there's an addition to the games. So I hope that Ghost of Tsushima gets this because its game direction is great. I've also seen a lot of people think that Last of Us 2 should get this one because of game direction. I haven't really heard too much of Final Fantasy VII Remake in this regard, since that's a remake of an older game. I've also heard a lot of stuff about Hades. So I think it's a toss-up between Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, and Last of Us 2, which one will get it. I honestly can't say for sure which one will get it, but I do hope Ghost of Tsushima gets it. I will say that. Back to all. Okay, can I just scroll down and see all of it? Well, I'm just gonna scroll down, and if there's any that I don't see, I'll go back to view all categories. If it doesn't show me all of them, we'll go look at those. Okay, best narrative. So we're outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. Okay, so we got 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. We got Final Fantasy VII Remake. We got Ghost of Tsushima. We got Hades. And we got The Last of Us 2. So when it comes to storytelling, hadn't heard of this game until the Game Awards. Looking at this. Storytelling, Final Fantasy VII Remakes, the story, and I don't know original Final Fantasy VII story. I know some things from just hearing things, but wow, this story was great. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a fantastic. I thought it was a fantastic story. Same with Ghost of Tsushima. I think it was great. I've heard a lot of good things about Hades, and I've heard mixed on Last of Us 2. Some people say it's the best storytelling ever, and then there's a bunch of people who say it is the worst. So, don't know. But I think it's a toss-up between the last four. I honestly don't know anything about the first one and have still not heard anything about it. So, I don't think anything will happen there. Best art direction. Okay, this one, I think Ghost of Tsushima will get, but I think it's pretty close between Ghost of Tsushima and Hades when it comes to art direction, because all I've heard is about people loving the art and loving the style of both of these games. And I've heard good things about all of these actually. But I've heard the most about these two. Next, I've probably heard Final Fantasy VII Remake, but not everything. There's some things people didn't like when it comes to art and stuff like that. Like the skyboxes in the game were kind of, low res. Best score and music. Okay, this one's an interesting one for me. I think, honestly, it's a toss-up for sure between Doom Eternal and Final Fantasy VII Remake. And remember, this is based off of me playing these games. I have not played Hades or Ori and the Will of Wisps or Last of Us 2. Now, these two, I did play Doom Eternal and Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I've also heard a lot of good things about the music from both. And I did test a little bit of Doom Eternal. I tested more multiplayer than I did story, though. Now, when it comes to music, both are fantastic, and I really think that, I honestly think Final Fantasy VII Remake might get it. Might get the best music, just barely over Doom Eternal, because I really liked Doom 2016's music. I love Doom Eternal's music too, but there's not as many memorable songs, I don't think, but it still doesn't matter. I think Doom Eternal can still totally win it. But if it were up to me and me alone, I'd say Final Fantasy VII Remake just barely. And then again, like I said, I don't know about these other three. I think I heard the good things about Hades' music, so Hades could do it. Best audio design. Okay, this one's interesting because I saw Resident Evil 3 was added to this, and of course Half-Life was in here. Doom Eternal, everything about the audio in that game, best audio design, the guns, the destroying demons completely. The music, everything in that game is fantastic. Again, with Ghost of Tsushima, everything has been fantastic. And that's something I actually heard about these two games too, was how good the audio stuff were in these games. So I think it's a toss-up between any of them, except for maybe Half-Life, because I don't know enough. But personally, I would hope that when it comes to audio, it'd be Doom Eternal or Ghost of Tsushima. I'm fine with either one of those two getting it. That's that's my hope. I think one of those two will get it. And then in reality, thinking about who will get it, that one I just don't know. I really don't know, and that's why I just hoping it's one of these two. Best performance, and this is for voice actors, I do believe, yes. So Ashley Johnson as Ellie, Laura Bailey as Abby. I don't know how to say his name. I don't want to botch it, but I'm going to try it anyways. Daisuke Tsuji, I'm going to guess, as Jin Sakai. And then there's Logan Cunningham as Hades, and Najee Jeter as Miles Morales. So I have played a little bit. I have played Miles Morales. Again, I haven't played Last of Us 2. I honestly think, because I haven't played Last of Us 2, I can't say for the other two, but I heard their voice performances were top notch. I have played enough of both Miles Morales and Ghost of Tsushima to know that the performance for Miles Morales and the performance for Jin Sakai are freaking awesome. I would want one of those two to win, but I honestly think it'll probably be Ellie, Ashley Johnson as Ellie. I think that'll probably be the winner. Games for Impact. Okay, so this one, not sure, because I've only played a little bit of Spiritfarer, and I think Spiritfarer will get it, in all honesty, from what I've heard of all kinds of games. Best ongoing. This one's interesting. I played all of these, and I would say the best ongoing, I would want No Man's Sky to win because I love No Man's Sky, especially after all the updates, because the game's got so much better. But my guess is, and probably deservingly so, is Warzone, because it's free, it's got a ton of players, it is fun, skill-based matchmaking kind of annoying, crossplay is huge, plus it's a Call of Duty free battle royale. It's like, I mean, of course it's going to take off. It's going to be in Black Ops Cold War. It's like, it's huge, so I'm going to guess Warzone wins. Best indie, this one is interesting. I only heard a little bit about Carrion, I'm not sure how to say it, but I saw people tweeting about it. Good game. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, fantastic game, love that game. Of course, Hades is great, Spelunky 2, and Spiritfarer. So the one I'd want to win is Fall Guys. And my guess is for indie game, I think Hades will take it, honestly. Best mobile game. So this is interesting. So all of these I have played, except Legends of Runeterra, I think. I've only played a little bit of Pokemon Cafe Mix. I don't own it anymore. I enjoyed it. It's just that I had too many other games to focus on. So Among Us, wow, it's still huge right now, and that's crazy. Call of Duty Mobile, that's always fun, and Genshin Impact. So the one I would want to win is Genshin Impact. Honestly, I love this game. I love Genshin Impact. It's a gacha game, so that might not, but so many people have played it, but Among Us is huge also. So I think it's between Genshin Impact and Among Us. I would prefer if Genshin Impact won. I still love Among Us, of course. But Genshin Impact is the one that came out this year. Among Us came out like 2 years ago. But I'd still be totally fine if it won. Best community support. Alright, this one's interesting too. I think when it comes to community support, how good No Man's Sky is at just their teasing and how much they actually care about their players is great. All of these games actually do a really good job, I think. So I think it's a toss-up between any of them. I would want No Man's Sky to get it, or Fall Guys. I'd want one of those two to get it. But I think it's a toss-up between any of them, in all honesty. Best VR/AR. So I have played Dreams a little bit. I have not played any of the rest, so I honestly don't know. I would say probably Dreams will win it. Innovation and accessibility. Okay, this one is an interesting one. I have not played any of these games. I've heard the accessibility options on Last of Us 2 are nuts. So my guess is Last of Us 2 will get it. But I've heard the same for the new Assassin's Creed. So, well, and Grounded also. But I heard more about Last of Us 2's. So I think Last of Us 2 will get it. Best Action. This one's a interesting one too. Neo 2 gets added to the list for this one, and Streets of Rage 4. Because when it comes to action, I think it's going to be between Doom Eternal or Hades, and I think Doom Eternal will take it. Best Action Adventure. So they have Assassin's Creed in here, they have Ori and the Will of the Wisps, they have Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and Last of Us 2. So when it comes to Best Action Adventure, Ghost of Tsushima is an amazing adventure game. And it's got a ton of action. It's a fantastic game, like I said earlier. Miles Morales is kind of too short to really do, really focus too much on exploring and stuff. Ghost of Tsushima, you can just explore in that game, and it's super fun. I think Ghost of Tsushima will get it, and I hope it does. But I've heard good things about Valhalla, and of course I liked Spider-Man's too. I don't know about Ori the Will and the Wisps and The Last of Us 2. I wouldn't think Last of Us 2 would get it. But they probably have a chance. And Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order might also, because that was pretty good action-adventure mix. Best role-playing. So, when it comes to role-playing games, I don't know about Wasteland 3 or Yakuza, Like a Dragon, but they probably have a pretty good chance, because I know people love those games. And of course Persona 5 Royal, people love Persona 5. I would want one of these two to win. Final Fantasy VII Remake or Genshin Impact. But I feel like as a role-playing game, that maybe Persona 5 Royal will get it. And Genshin Impact's probably a close second, and then Final Fantasy VII Remake probably tied or really close behind Genshin Impact. So I think it's up between these three. I'd want one of these two to get it, because I haven't played any Persona 5, so I don't actually know. Best Fighting. So let's look at this. We got Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. We got Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. We got some Street Fighter 5 going on. We got One Punch Man, a hero nobody knows, and we have Under Night and Birth X Late CLR. Oh boy, crazy names, man. When it comes to fighting, I see way more on Mortal Kombat. I liked this game from the demo and stuff, but it is silly that one of the characters is just, Saitama over here. It's a weird fighting game to have a character who is basically unstoppable, and I don't know how it actually turned out with the real game. But besides that, I think Mortal Kombat 11 will get it. So Best Family. Okay, so with this one, I think it's between. Let me look at all of them. Oh man, I would want Paper Mario the Origami King to get it. I love Paper Mario games, and the Origami King is also really good. I wasn't sure what I was going to think about it, but it was a really good game. And this game came out at the same time as Ghost of Tsushima, same day. I played Ghost of Tsushima first though, and then I played this, and it was really fun. Minecraft Dungeons is fun. Mortal Kombat. Mario Kart Live Home Circuit is really fun. Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout. I've heard good things about the new Crash, and of course I've always heard good things about Animal Crossing. So when it comes to family games, I don't think Paper Mario's going to get it. I hope it does though. I think for ease of use and stuff like that, I think it'll be between Animal Crossing and Fall Guys for Best Family. I really do. So Best Sim/Strategy. So, trying to see if I played any of these games. I did not. And when it comes to simulators, I think Microsoft Simulator is going to take it. I really do. That was a short one. I just think that's how it's going to go. So, Best Sports/Racing. Sports and racing are my least favorite category of games. So, guess what I didn't do? Play any of these. That's why. And I think, honestly, out of all the ones here that would get it, it's probably going to be the last one. It'll probably be Tony Hawk. Because, why not? Then there's Best Multiplayer. This one's interesting. So, did they add any new ones? They have Valorant in there. Okay. So, I think, I would hope that, actually, I don't know who I would hope get it. Because I think with all the multiplayer experiences for all these games, they're all fun. So, I can't really say. But I think Warzone will get it. I really do. So, Content Creator of the Year. This one, interesting one. I don't watch this Jayan Lopez, and I don't really watch Valkyrae. I have seen some of her stuff. I'd say the people I watch the most on this list are Alana Pierce and Nick Merckx. I think Alana will get it, honestly, or Tim the Tatman. It'll be one of them. One of those two will get it. Valkyrie could also get it, though. I mean, honestly, any 5 of these could. I looked at JN Lopez, and she's super popular also. So, yeah, I really don't know who would get it. I would hope Alana does, though, because I watch her stuff more than anything, like Funhouse and her own personal stuff, like her own personal YouTube channel, gaming stuff. I don't like watching vlogs of her or anything like that. I swear I'm not a weirdo. What was this? Best debut game? Don't know, honestly. It's probably gonna be Phasmophobia though. That's my guess. Best esports athlete, didn't know who any of them were. Don't know who's gonna get it. Don't know about coach. Don't know about esports event. I really don't. Best esports game. Here, we'll look at this one. Best esports game. I saw more tournaments about Modern Warfare and Warzone in the last year than anything else on the internet, and probably I'm gonna guess that there was a ton of Fortnite ones and probably more money won in Fortnite ones than there was in Call of Duty ones, because there's still an insane amount of money in Fortnite. But I think Modern Warfare will get it because they broke out and they're like, yeah, people loved it. I don't know who. Okay, well, I've heard of all these casters, but I've never actually listened to them cast, so I couldn't tell you. Best esports team. Probably going to be the Dallas Empire that wins that. I think that's everything, so let me check. Yeah, that's everything. So let's click back on Game of the Year, because that's the important thing. The most important thing. And yeah, I think and hope Ghost of Tsushima gets it. I really do. Think it's gonna get it. And I need to go vote in Wave 2. Because I know there's a second round going on right now, and I think you guys know what I'm voting for after this. But yeah, that's my guess on it. And I've seen some of the people that are going to be hosts of some of the Game Awards and stuff. Like, I saw that one of the Muppets, the chef from the Muppets, is going to be one of them. I saw Troy Baker is going to be one. I forget some of the other ones. There was more than that. Brie Larson was going to be one of them, so that's cool. I'm really excited to watch it. And then there's going to be some games announced, and we're going to see gameplay of some new games that have already been announced and stuff like that. I'm very excited to see more new game stuff, not just the voting on Game of the Year and who gets the awards. I'm ready for the new stuff. I'm ready for more gameplay. I'm ready for premieres, everything. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be an awesome one because what better way to, end 2020 than to have an awesome Games Awards show. I mean, and I think Jeff Keighley and all the people behind the Game Awards probably pulled it off if they really wanted to, and I think they will. I think they're going to have a pretty good one. Might not be the most amazing thing we ever see, but I think it's going to be awesome. At least they're hyping it up to be, so I hope it lives up to the hype. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope if you're new that you will, subscribe, see more stuff later in the future, comment, all that fun stuff, and but definitely comment down below. I want to hear other people's thoughts on their predictions and their hopes for what will win what category. I would like to know. I'm actually genuinely interested, so you should do that if you want to take the time to do that. And I'm not going to argue about stuff, so don't even try arguing. But I will discuss and be like, okay, yeah, I got it. I get why you, would want this game to win that thing. Or maybe there's some games that weren't included that should have been. I think Dragon Ball Z Kakarot was actually a fantastic game. Didn't see it anywhere on any of the lists. Really didn't. I thought it was a really fun game. I mean, it was a fun game. It might not have been the best in any category, but maybe for just most surprisingly fun, maybe a new category, surprisingly fun. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, that game was actually really good. I mean, I was going to play it through anyways, but it ended up being way better than I expected. Living through the Dragon Ball Z story in that manner was awesome. That game is still fantastic to me. But yeah, if there's any categories you think they should add, or games that aren't in the Game Awards, that you should think, that you think are you should say it down in the comments. I would like to hear your guys' opinions. But remember that the way the Game Awards stuff is, I don't say any December games, because any games that come out in December are going to be coming out, will be part of the Game Awards stuff next year. So any game that comes out in December are actually part, or go up for awards for the Game of the Year awards and stuff like that the following year. So anything that comes out in December 2020 can possibly up for stuff in 2021, because it's from December of the following year to November of the current year for the way Game Awards stuff goes, and like Game of the Year for other places too, not just the Game Awards, but all of the other factoids and journalism websites and gaming news sites and stuff like that. All their Game of the Year awards and stuff like that follow the same principle of December of the previous year to November of the current year for all their game awards stuff. So remember that. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and toodaloo.